What if you lived in a place where your eyelashes could freeze in seconds, where stepping outside without preparation could mean frostbite, and the sun disappears for months? There are people who call these places home, defying temperatures that drop to a bone-chilling -70 degrees Celsius. How do they do it? What keeps them going in a world so cold it feels like nature's ultimate test of endurance? Today we're exploring the lives of those who thrive in the world's coldest inhabited places. Their resilience, their ingenuity, and their stories of survival will leave you questioning what you thought was possible. Number 10. Mohe, China. Let's start in Mohe, China, a place where the cold isn't just a season, it's a lifestyle. Often called China's Arctic town, Mohe plunges to temperatures as low as -45 degrees Celsius in winter. When it's this cold, survival becomes second nature. Residents rely on coal stoves that burn around the clock, and without them, frost can creep inside their homes. Double-glazed windows and thick insulation help keep the warmth in, but even then, the cold is unrelenting. The people of Mohe have adapted their diet to match their environment. Their meals are rich in calories with fatty meats and hearty soups that provide the energy needed to endure the cold. Festivals bring some warmth to their lives, especially the Ice Lantern Festival. Streets transform into glowing avenues of illuminated sculptures, offering a rare moment of celebration in an otherwise freezing world. But here's the real question. Could you find joy in a place where the air is sharp enough to freeze your breath? Life in Mohe is a testament to human adaptability. Number 9. Ulangom, Mongolia. On the windswept steppes of Mongolia lies Ulangom, where winter temperatures regularly plummet below -40 degrees Celsius. The landscape here is vast and barren, with endless horizons of snow and ice. Yet life thrives against all odds, thanks to the nomadic herders who've made this frozen land their home for centuries. These herders depend on their livestock for survival. Sheep, goats, yaks, and horses provide food, milk, and materials for clothing and shelter. Their homes, traditional yurts called gurs, are ingeniously designed for such extreme conditions. Layers of felt made from sheep wool insulate the structure, while a central stove provides heat that radiates through the circular space. Daily life is an exercise in resilience. Herders brave blizzards to tend to their animals, ensuring they're fed and sheltered from the harsh winds. Meals are simple but effective. Meats, dairy products, and butter tea, a high-fat drink that fuels their bodies in the cold. Imagine living in a world where every action from milking a goat to boiling water becomes a race against freezing temperatures. Could you handle such a life? Number 8. Longyearbyen, Norway. Longyearbyen, Norway, is as far north as most people would dare to go. It's not just the cold here. Temperatures hover around -20 degrees Celsius in winter, but the darkness that makes life so unique. For months, the polar night covers this Arctic town, leaving its residents without a single glimpse of the sun. Yet, Longyearbyen's community thrives. Residents stay busy with events, outdoor sports, and social gatherings. Skiing and snowmobiling under the shimmering northern lights offer moments of wonder that almost make you forget the cold. But life here comes with unusual challenges. Guns are a common sight, carried not for safety against other people but to fend off polar bears. The town has strict rules too. You can't be buried here as the permafrost prevents bodies from decomposing. The people of Longyearbyen show us how to find beauty in the darkness. They embrace the cold, the isolation, and the polar night. Could you thrive in a place where the sun goes missing for half the year? Number 7. Utqiagvik, Barrow, USA. Utqiagvik, Alaska, sits at the northernmost tip of the United States, where temperatures regularly drop below -20 degrees Celsius and the sun vanishes for 65 consecutive days. Life here is harsh, but the Inupiat people have survived in this icy world for centuries. The Inupiat depend on the Arctic Ocean for their livelihood. Whaling is central to their culture, not just as a source of food, but as a tradition that binds the community. Modern conveniences like heated homes and insulated clothing have eased some of the challenges, but traditional practices remain vital. Hunting, fishing, and food preservation techniques, passed down through generations, keep families fed and warm during the long winter. Imagine standing on the edge of the frozen ocean, the wind biting at your face, while knowing that this ice-covered world is your home. Life in unforgiving isn't for the faint-hearted. Would you find comfort in its rich traditions, even as the cold wraps around you like a second skin? Number 6. Resolute, Canada. Resolute, Canada is one of the most remote inhabited places on the planet. Temperatures here average -35 °C during the winter months, and the Arctic landscape is as unforgiving as it is beautiful. The Inuit people have called this place home for generations, relying on their deep connection to the land and sea to survive. Hunting seals and fishing through thick layers of ice are essential activities. Every part of the animal is used, from the meat to the fur, which is crafted into warm clothing. Homes in Resolute are built to withstand howling winds and biting cold, with reinforced walls and thick insulation. Community support is the backbone of survival here, where neighbors look out for one another during storms and long nights. Despite its isolation, Resolute has a sense of quiet resilience. Its people find pride in their ability to thrive where few others can. Could you find peace in a place where the cold never truly leaves and the wilderness stretches endlessly around you? Number 5. Alert, Canada. At the very edge of the Arctic Circle lies Alert, Canada, the northernmost inhabited place on Earth. Located just 500 miles from the North Pole, temperatures in Alert often drop below -40 °C, and the icy winds make it feel even colder. But it's not a village in the traditional sense. Alert is a military and research outpost, home to just a handful of people at any given time. Life here revolves around survival and duty. Supplies are flown in, as there's no other way to access this frozen outpost. Researchers and military personnel spend their days studying the Arctic environment or monitoring communications for national security. The isolation is profound. There are no nearby communities, and the closest town is over 1,300 miles away. Winter brings months of total darkness, with only the faint glow of the northern lights to break the gloom. What keeps the people here going is the sense of purpose and the awe-inspiring beauty of their surroundings. The vast, untouched snowfields and the quiet stillness of the Arctic are unlike anything else in the world. But could you handle the loneliness and unrelenting cold of life in Alert? Number 4. Yakutsk, Russia. Yakutsk is not just a city, it's a phenomenon. Often called the coldest major city in the world, this Siberian hub is home to over 300,000 people who live their lives in temperatures that frequently drop to -50 °C and have reached a bone-chilling -64 °C. What's astonishing is how normal life seems here. Markets bustle, cars zip along icy roads, and children laugh and play, bundled in thick fur coats. The secret to survival in Yakutsk lies in preparation. Homes and public buildings are equipped with powerful heating systems, and underground pipes carry hot water to prevent freezing. Cars are left running for hours or even all day to keep engines warm. Residents have mastered layering, wearing fur hats, gloves, and boots to fend off frostbite. Yakutsk is also famous for its unique Ice Kingdom, a museum of frozen sculptures and tunnels carved into the permafrost. The city may be frozen, but its spirit is anything but cold. Could you live in a place where winter lasts most of the year, and even your breath freezes mid-air? Number 3. Norilsk, Russia. Norilsk isn't just one of the coldest cities in the world, it's also one of the most extreme in every sense. Temperatures here drop to -30 °C or lower, with snow falling for nearly 3/4 of the year. The city is built on permafrost, and its massive mining industry makes it one of the most polluted places on Earth. Yet, despite the harsh climate and environmental challenges, over 175,000 people call Norilsk home. The mining industry dominates life here, as the city sits on some of the richest deposits of nickel, copper, and palladium. Residents endure long hours in dark, icy tunnels, contributing to one of Russia's largest sources of natural resources. But life in Norilsk isn't all work. Heated public spaces, schools, and even art galleries provide some relief from the cold and monotony. Surviving in Norilsk requires grit and determination. Snowstorms, known locally as purga, can last for days, trapping people indoors. Yet the community here is resilient, finding ways to create a life of meaning and connection. Would you be able to endure such an industrial, frozen world? Number 2. Verkhoyansk, Russia. Verkhoyansk is one of the coldest inhabited places on Earth, where winter temperatures have plunged to -67.8 degrees Celsius. This small Siberian town is surrounded by vast wilderness, where the ground remains frozen year-round. Farming is impossible, so residents rely heavily on hunting, fishing, and livestock to survive. Homes here are built with thick logs and insulated with fur and felt to keep the freezing winds out. Firewood is a lifeline, burned constantly to maintain warmth. Despite the harsh conditions, Verkhoyansk is a place of remarkable resilience. Residents gather for traditional festivals, celebrating their culture and community, even in the bitter cold. The town's history is equally fascinating. Verkhoyansk was once a place of exile for political prisoners during the Tsarist era. Even then, people found ways to survive and adapt. Today, the question is, could you endure a place where winter dominates the year and survival means constantly battling the elements? Number 1. Oymyakon, Russia. At the top of the list is Oymyakon, a village so cold it's known as the Pole of Cold. This remote Siberian settlement holds the record for the lowest temperature ever recorded in an inhabited place, -67.7 degrees Celsius. The ground is permafrost, making agriculture nearly impossible. Instead, residents survive on a diet rich in meat, including reindeer, horse, and fish. Life in Oymyakon is a constant battle against the elements. Homes are heated with wood and coal stoves, and outdoor plumbing is non-existent. Pipes would freeze instantly. Even walking outside requires careful preparation, as frostbite can set in within minutes. Yet the people here are warm and welcoming, taking pride in their ability to endure what most of us would consider unlivable. Despite the harsh conditions, Oymyakon has a unique charm. Its small community is tightly knit, and traditional customs remain strong. Schools remain open until temperatures drop below -52 degrees Celsius, a testament to the village's incredible resilience. Could you survive where the air itself feels like an enemy, freezing everything it touches? These 10 extraordinary places remind us of the incredible resilience and adaptability of humanity. Each village and city is a testament to the human spirit, people who have not only survived but thrived in conditions that seem impossible. They've built homes on frozen tundras, forged communities in perpetual darkness, and found ways to celebrate life even as the cold presses in on every side. But these stories aren't just about survival, they're about connection. Whether it's the Inuit hunters sharing a seal, Siberian children walking to school at -50 degrees Celsius, or miners in Norilsk finding beauty in the art they create, life persists in these frozen corners of the earth. It makes you wonder, what would it take for you to live in such extremes? Could you trade modern comforts for the raw beauty and challenge of these places? If this journey left you in awe, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with your friends, hit the like button, and let us know in the comments which of these places fascinated you the most. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for more amazing stories from the farthest reaches of the world. Don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss an adventure. Until next time, stay warm and stay curious.